Going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. I definitely see a lot of potential happening this week, especially now that FOMC and OPEX is out of the way. A lot of noise a lot of noise last week, so it wasn't the easiest week. Definitely had to be a little bit more risk off when you have that, and it's important to know that as a trader, want to be risk on, want to be risk off. Coming into this week, I could definitely see the setup starting to clear up a little bit more and we're gonna have a better sense of direction. We don't have a lot of news this week. We do have PMI on Monday. Important. It's gonna be at 6:45 in the morning Pacific Standard. You always want to be aware of that news. Next up, we have GDP on Thursday. That's gonna be the other big one. Other than that, I mean PC Friday, nothing crazy this week though. GDP probably being the biggest one. Going into the charts for this week, let's start taking a look at SPY. So since February 19th, we have been selling off and making lower highs and lower lows. We've been on a downtrend, right? What is happening right now? We broke above this trend line, and this 550 is our most recent lower low. Look out here at 570. We have been trying to reject all week. And if I drag this 570 level all the way to the left, it's also pretty much like those November election low. So this is a major area of supply. Notice how it is demand here and it holds. And what happens? We get to move all the way up to 600, major area of demand. If I drag this all the way to the right, 568, 570, now it is turning to supply. As long as we are below that level, we can still reject. Now, the only thing that is concerning me is that we are forming higher lows because if this would have, we've been trying to reject this level all week. If it would have rejected, it would have already given us that move to 550. So now these are higher lows at this point. The ranges are getting tighter. This is literally the range we traded in this week, not the greatest range, right? Literally from 570 to 559, 570, 559. Until one of these two level breaks, we'll have much clearer direction. So 559 is on full watch as well. Below 559, we're going to 555, 550. Above 570, we have room to 575, 580 area. As simple as that, guys. It's literally as simple as that. Waiting for one of these ranges, waiting for this range to break out. You can take rejections in supply. You could take a bounce off that 559. Of course, you want to wait for confirmation at those levels. But what I'm kind of seeing here though is since, like I said, since we were on this downtrend and we didn't make a lower low, this is a sign of reversal for me where we have now a high, a higher low, same high, same low. But if we take out that higher high, now this is back on an uptrend. Now, another thing to note here, okay, I do think we see higher because these are higher lows, and we may take out that 570 or that 575. But the concerning thing here is the daily 200 SMA, right? How much room do we really have higher? I mean, we can take it to 573, 575 area, but the daily 200 SMA is literally right there, along with the 21 EMA. So that's going to be a big area of resistance for us. So it's like, okay, we can break and get a small move higher, but then if we reject again there and get back below that 570, it'll be something like this where we take out this high, retest, get a room high, get a leg higher, move higher. But then if it fails to hold this again, I mean, we're gonna be right back down on that downtrend. So it's just a matter of how long this relief bounce is gonna last, right? Is this gonna be a real bounce or just do we reject that 575, 580 and go lower, which I think is gonna happen. But for now, we can capitalize on a nice relief bounce towards the upside, right? Um, but like I said, QQQ. Now we could do QQ. So that's what I'm looking at for SPY. QQQ, I will be watching something very similar. I like individual names a lot this week. Going into individual names, we have sorry, QQQ. We have a high, a lower high, lower high, lower high. Same thing on QQQ. This has been a downtrend, and we did not make a lower low. So see how we matched this same low? This is a sign of us failing to go lower. And what happens? We make a higher low here, this 473 area. Those are higher lows because they did not come down and break that 467. This is just as simple as market structure. You don't even need indicators to be able to do this. It's literally just market structure. 485 is that November 4th pre-election level low, right? Major reaction off that level. So what's happening right now? We're retesting it as resistance. So I know that's my level of significance. See how my chart's not flooded with levels right now? I just have my main levels of significance. The recent low, that key level high, this was respected throughout the whole week. Look, Monday, Wednesday. So was this 473? Tuesday, Friday. Those recent lows and highs are going to be my levels that I'm going to be paying attention to this week. Now, if we get above 485, we got room to 490 and even 492. Those will be the next touch points that I'll be looking at for QQQ. Now we go to the daily chart. Right, just a higher low. I wouldn't say this is a bullish engulfing, but the volume's starting to pick up on the daily for sure. Now, if we're adding confluence, where's the 200 SMA on QQQ? It's around that 492. So it's like if I take it from here to here, I want to start taking some profits just in case it rejects there, right? I don't know if there's going to be the balance that takes us all the way to highs. I just don't think it is. Price action will confirm that, right, as we get to these levels. So we could take the relief, then we got to start paying attention to how price reacts at these new levels. So that's fine QQ. As simple as that. If we show signs of rejection and we break below 473, we take this right back down to these lows, 468. Simple as that. I literally only have 4 levels on my chart right now to target, right? Nothing crazy. Trend line, trends, and simple market structure. Next up, my favorite 2 setups, probably like I want to make this watch this very quickly. Tesla, top watch for me this week. It showed a lot of strength. Essentially, what Tesla is looking like, it is a downtrend. High, lower high, lower high. But what happens? We break the downtrend. And this is our most recent lower low at 214. Look what happens. We try making another lower low, but it doesn't go below. So essentially, this is a low and this is a higher low. And now look at these lows. Higher, higher. Now this is the most recent lower high, that 250. If that 250 gets taken out here, if that 250 gets taken out, if we break above this 250, 252, 253 area, Tesla's going to fly up to 260, 270 area, kind of like, yeah, 265 area. This area here is the next target for Tesla. And then if it gets really strong, 270. Beautiful, beautiful setup on Tesla. Daily chart closed very strong with some rising volume. This is my top watch at the start of the week. Okay, on the weekly chart, not only that, but on the weekly chart, we have 2 back-to-back weekly bullish hammers. Anything on a higher time frame is always going to be stronger. And not only that, it's the placement of the candle. So I know I'm talking fast, so slow it if you need to like go back and rewatch this. I just don't want to make it too long. But notice where these candlesticks are placed at. Look at this huge level of demand here on October 14th. Always study the reactions. Um, always study the reactions at what happens at these levels in the past. So October 14th, we had a huge rally all the way to 270. We have 2 bullish hammers around that same area. We take out that 250, we're going towards that 260, 270. I think that happens this week. So definitely keeping a close eye on Tesla this week. Top watch. Favorite setup of the week so far. As long as it depends on where it opens up in the pre-market. Things always change pre-market. So if you guys do want to stay updated, make sure you're in the broadcast channel and or the options on Wall Street Discord. I'm gonna start posting my game plans in there. Now, next up is going to be Apple. Top watch for me this week. Essentially, the bear flag played out, right? That bear flag played out from 218 rejection as it was looking like right here. Okay, I don't know what happened. This bear flag played out from here all the way down to 208. It doesn't look like it on the daily, but if I go to the 4 hour, you will see it does go down to 208. So beautiful bear flag rejection. And what happens? Literally the exact same setups that we're looking at some of these other names. Failure to make a lower low. What happens? It comes to that same low, it doesn't break below it. So what ends up happening towards the end of the day on Apple shows a lot of strength. Let's see, my screen froze. Okay, so see, it shows a lot of strength. And now we pushed all the way back. So this looks like a double bottom to me. You can see how many times it happened in the past as well. It happened here. Look, where we're on a downtrend. Let's look at this one first. And we don't make a lower low. See how it matches that low and it goes higher? Same thing here. Downtrend, it matches a low and it goes higher. Downtrend, it matches the low. Is it going to go higher? That's why I'll be watching this 218 level to get up to 222 and 225 on Apple. Now, the only way I'll turn on indicators is to try to give me like that extra confidence of where my next main, like, that 200 SMA, the 21. Those could be like the next areas I start looking to take profits at. That's the only way I use indicators for confluence. Never rely on them as they're lagging indicators, but they do help if you use them with confluence. Next up is going to be Microsoft. So because some of the top holdings are starting to pick up and show strength, for example, Microsoft, very similar setup. It's been on this downtrend. Did not make a lower low below 377. Now these are higher lows. Double bottom, breaking the trend line above 399. Psychological level is like 400, but 396 is first. So 400 is like that main target on Microsoft. Daily chart closed the bullish engulfing. Weekly chart, two bullish hammers back to back. We're getting some relief this week. It looks like we're definitely getting some relief. So definitely something that I'm going to be paying attention to for Microsoft as well. But my top two is Tesla and Apple so far. I just want to show you guys how even when how I use some of these other individual names, if they look bullish as well, then they are going, it's gonna give me like that sentiment for the week, right? The top holdings move side by side, SPY and QQ. Meta looks okay. Yeah, we held that 580, 574. Psychological level 600, but the 609, if we take out 609, 610, probably got room to 620. See if this is going to be a reversal or not, but I like the other ones a little bit better. Last but not least, we're going to cover, or even like, I'm not really going to be trading these, but it's very similar setups as you can see with Amazon and Google. Very similar setups, right? We're breaking out of that trend line, starting to form higher lows. And these are all the top holdings. So, but my last favorite setup is PLTR. Inverse head and shoulders here. Small accounts above 91 takes you to 93. If we really take out 93, it's going to give you room to like 95, 96. Higher time frames look very strong as well. Psychological 100 will be the main target if this really picks up. Since it's a higher time frame, you'd buy more time for it to play out. Other than that though, guys, that's my main watches for this week. Tesla and Apple, guys. Tesla, Apple, and those SPY and QQ levels. Top watch. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry I was so fast on this one. I'm actually kind of in a rush right now, but I hope you guys have a great trading week. And like, comment if you found this valuable, and I hope you guys have an amazing trading week. Peace.